G'day, g'day. How you going? What do you know? We'll strike a light. G'day, g'day. How you going? Just saying g'day. G'day, g'day. You'll be right. Isn't it great to be Aussie? Talking to... Man, I'm sorry, guys. I can't do that. I was trying to do some lyrics. That's the old Slim Dusty G'day, g'day song down at the pub or at a party whenever you're stuck for what to say. If you want to be Dinky D, why don't you try it? Why don't you give it a try? Look them right in the eye and say g'day. All right, that's cheesy. That's enough. That's too cheesy. It's a good song though. It's a really good song. Because the what is it? The chorus is g'day, g'day. How you going? How do you know? We'll strike a light. G'day, g'day. How you going? Just say g'day, 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 and you'll be right. And that is true, guys. I do say g'day a lot, guys, every single time. Here's another good line. It's a greeting that you'll hear across Australia from Geraldton to Goulburn, Gundagai. Love Gundagai. Love that pronunciation. Gundagai. It's as dinkum as the dingo and the dahlia, and you spell it with a G apostrophe a day. So it's G and then apostrophe and then day. G'day, right? What a good song. I'm sorry I can't sing it. You know what I'll do? I will link that song in the description. What a great song. I can't play it on the air, on the radio waves, because I'll get in trouble by the big old YouTubes. Now, another line says, now when the Italians meet, they all go crazy. The blokes all like to hug each other too. The Yanks invented hi, that's most of you blokes, right? The Yanks invented hi, and see you later. While the Pommy will shake your hand and say, how do you do? What a song. Now, watch out for the Frenchman or he'll kiss you. The Spaniards go hola or hola or ole, but in the land of the cockatoo, polecats, and the didgeridoo, when you meet an Australian, 10 to 1, here's what he'll say. G'day, g'day. How you going? How good's that? That's old Slim Dusty. G'day, g'day. I don't know why I brought that up. That's funny to start the show. Let's start it with that. Guys, what is happening? Hope everyone is doing really well in Steeler Nation land. Hope everyone is doing well in the NFL land. I know I have a lot of people who subscribe to this channel, both Steeler fans and NFL fans from all around the world. I'm trying to go hard in the paint. I'm trying to, you know what? Number one, have fun. Number one, overall, have fun. That's why I started off with that. A lot of content I do, a lot of like YouTube stuff. So let's talk a bit about some housekeeping stuff going on, like with I guess with my life and stuff going on like that. You need to have fun with this YouTube stuff. You really, really do. The first thing I want to talk about is the internet. The internet is the internet, right? So a little bit of housekeeping. Over the past, I guess, more videos you do, more you put yourself out there, right? The more and more you put yourself out there, you try and talk about football, you try and have a bit of knowledge or passion about the game. And when you do that, you are an open book to any commenter. And I'm not saying like it doesn't truly affect me, some of these people commenting. I just find it a bit interesting in how the internet is the internet. It's quite intriguing how these things happen and work along the lines of, you know, I was always taught to, if you haven't got nothing, you know, nice to say, don't say nothing at all. But as soon as you jump on the internet and people will attack you for no reason, and it's like, what's the point? There is no real point doing that. So over the last few weeks, I've had people on this channel, some comments, and mostly on the Pittsburgh Steeler Syndicate, which one I'm working with Britsburg Owen and my mate Derek Gridiron Blitz. Now, there was a few comments in there, and it strikes a light with me, mate. Like that song, strikes a light. G'day, g'day. Because there was one comment or a few comments that I've seen over the past few weeks that I don't know football. Right? It says, do you even know football? That's a few comments that I have gotten throughout the landscape of the YouTube. Do you know football? And I sit back and go, that's crazy. Like I've even got one on my phone here. I got to find it. Because when they question, I think when someone questions you, the like something that you're passionate about and what you love, right? If you're passionate and you love something, whatever you love, then when they question that, it kind of hits the core and goes, oh. Like who says to someone, do you know football, who's got a football channel? Right. So I had this comment. Where was it? Here it is. I wrote a comment. I was talking about the old Mike Tomlin debate. I said, Coach Tomlin is awesome because he had a press conference, right? Coach Tomlin is awesome. Anyone who thinks that he needs to be fired, two things. We've heard it already. One, we've already heard you say it a million times. And two, move on. Coach Tomlin's a winner. Deal with it. So this bloke, I won't say his name, but he said a comment, and I just don't understand it. He said, stick with that silly Australian rules rubbish, mate. You know nothing about the NFL. Have some Fosters, grill some Wallaby, and turn on the Aussie rules, mate. It's always interesting, guys, that when commenters or trolls start to diss me. First of all, we don't drink Fosters. The very first Fosters can I saw was in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, Mount Washington, at a bottle shop or bottle-o to me, a liquor store, you may call it, or beer store, whatever. That was the very first Fosters I saw. Was in Pittsburgh with my mate Ryan. My mate Ryan drove me around for most of the day for my birthday on the 24th. And that was the very first Fosters I saw. So first of all, Mr. Guy on YouTube, whoever this guy is, have some Fosters and grill some Wallaby. Now, second point, we do not grill Wallaby on our barbecue. That is asinine. That is absolutely dumb. That is so stupid, right? And then he says to me, turn on the Aussie rules, mate. I just might turn on the Aussie rules. I don't mind watching the Aussie rules football. It's okay to watch. It's not my sport. My sport is the NFL. My sport is the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's just the number one thing, though, I think about these things with the internet being the internet and how it's so dumb. And I should block this guy. Let's block him. So, mate, stick with that Aussie rules rubbish, mate. You know nothing about the NFL. You know what, mate? Yeah, blocked, mate. Yeah, get out.
Here we go, Steelers! Here we go!
Man, I haven't done that for a long time. So that guy's blocked. But it really irks me when guys like that, with the internet being the internet, and he says, you know nothing about football. And that's just really frustrating because how do I know nothing about football? I've been watching the game for 20 odd years. 20 years. I've learned the game since 2002, maybe 2000. I mean, I was learning football when I was playing the Sega, Madden 1996 or 94 or 95, one of those ones on Sega. I started playing the football game with my brothers, and I love that. I'm the youngest brother. I was playing football with my brothers, and I was growing up and, learning the game that way. Then the movies came out. I've told my story a million times. The movies came out. I started learning the game that way. Then I chose a team. Then I invested my time, and now I'm super crazy where I'm absolutely dumb about them or silly, just overly, just like I'm a mad guy. I'm a mad scientist about this team. So do you know football is actually, it's such a stupid statement because people have opinions on the internet. I get that. But when you question someone's opinion, that's when it becomes like really, I think really stupid, like overly just stupid. Do you know football? Yeah, I do. I do know football. So that's interesting, guys. That's the start of the show. We started with g'day. This I always think again. Okay, next one. We're going to go into, because I talked about the internet being the internet. It's either really good or it's really piss poor average, right? The internet. Now, ESPN Power Rankings. Let me bring that up. Here's my next segment, right? I want to talk about this. This is crazy. ESPN Power Rankings. We have the Bills. We'll go through like in quarters, I guess. With the Bills is number one. I have no idea what +9.4 means. Does that mean they're going to score? If +9.4, does that mean they're scoring 9 points a game? They have an advantage, or that's their. Oh, that must be okay. So they reckon they're going to win by 9 points a game every game. All right, Bills are number one. Yeah, fair enough. Bills, Packers, Rams, Chiefs. They're top four. Buccaneers can't stand because of Tom Brady. Cowboys, well, they could be 15 because they're always average. Chargers, I do like. Colts, yeah, I'm not too sure about Matty Ryan. Murray, I think, needs to step it up this year with the Cardinals. And the Browns, how are the Browns 10? I don't understand the Browns 10. The Ravens are up there too. Broncos, yeah, I can see that with Russ Wilson. Vikings and Raiders, and the list goes on and on and on. So the Bengals are 16. Titans, Eagles, Saints, Commanders. This is where this is the most interesting part, right? We have the Steelers are ranked in the ESPN Power Rankings. So it is from ESPN. I will try and link that too in the description if I can. Right. So 26. And below us, we have the Seahawks, the Jaguars, the Falcons, the Texans, the Jets, the Bears. So the Bears are dead last. I can't believe it. I thought like that would have been the Jaguars or the Texans. But the Bears are last. Anyways, the Pittsburgh Steelers are ranked 26. And that is quite comical because who you have in front of them is the Panthers, the 49ers, Lions. Sorry, Grid, mate. The Lions, they're not a good team. The Giants organization is not a good team either. How do you have the Dolphins and the Commanders and the Saints, all these from 19 to 26, all those teams, the Pittsburgh Steelers should be 19. They should be sitting there where the Saints are. Because you have the Lions, 49ers, Panthers, they're not doing anything, right? Definitely the Commanders and the Giants. They will struggle to win 7 to 8 games this year. I know my record. My record is 13-4. I have the Pittsburgh Steelers winning 13-4. And winning the AFC North. I think we're going to surprise a lot of people. So, guys, I just wanted to show you that little bit there, talking about the Steelers and the power rankings because we're 26, right? 26. I wish I was 26 years old. I'm 32, getting the grey hairs coming in. G'day. But listen, we're 26. The Steelers are not. Okay, we got better. The Pittsburgh Steelers got better with the release of Big Ben. We got better. I know it sounds crazy, but we did. We were running Big Ben's offense for the last 2 years. Last 2 years, it was all about making Ben happy and making sure that we ran the football a little bit, but then we went back to the pass, and he was just trying to sling it and win games for us. He did. He did go out and win games for us, but he wasn't mobile, and it wasn't like a whole offense or a whole team thing. We lost Juju, and then we lost Juju again in the offseason, right? But we got better. We got better with bringing in George Pickens, who's a physical guy. And I've been learning about Pickens too, talking with my mate, Pittsburgh Owen. You guys know him too. We've been talking about Pickens and how physical he can be on the line. Pickens is going to show up, show out, and punch someone in the face. Hopefully not without a flag, right? He's very physical. He's going to be on that line. Claypool, I do hope he gets better. Chuck, mate, just Claypool, chuck away the TikTok. Just give it away for a year, mate. Focus on football. You can make enough money on football and have your, go play the drums. Like, go play the drums or play Madden or something like that. But having your distraction of, like, TikTok the whole time, man, I don't know. Just focus on football. And same with Deontay. Focus on catching the football. Then you bring in Calvin Austin. Austin's got, like, a young fella, speedy guy. With Najee Harris second year, Fryman second year. You all know this. So how are the Pittsburgh Steelers at 26? I don't get it. I don't get it, right? The Pittsburgh Steelers are sitting at 26 via ESPN, and the moment we go out there and we beat the Cincinnati Bengals in week 1, we'll go from 26 to 20. We'll jump up 6 spots because we're going to beat the AFC Championship. Who are they? AFC Championship Bengals. We're going to beat them in week 1. It's the exact same, like I talked about yesterday, the exact same scenario with Steelers versus Bills in week 1. Everyone loved the Bills. The whole world loved the Bills. And then the Steelers went in there and cleaned house, got a punt block, and won the game. It was 26-14 or something like that, 26 or 20-14. I don't know what it was. It just doesn't matter. But the whole world now is against us. They think that this team gotten worse. They don't like the O-line. I like the O-line. I think it's a much improvement by bringing in Mason Cole for hopefully backup. I want to see Kendrick Green start. I want to see him do better. I do want to see him start first. Then if he doesn't work, use Mason Cole. James Daniels at the right guard. We have Chooks as well. We have a better core, hopefully, and better depth too on the O-line. Much better defense. We talked about defense a million times. TJ, Highsmith, Miles Jack. That's just a few players that I can name on the defense that stands out. You all know the other guys, Terrell Edmonds and Minka, right? And Cameron Hayward. You know what I'm saying? This team is not 26. We are in the betting cycle. We are, in my language, $10 to win the AFC North. I am loading the house on that. I am putting the dog's basket. I'm putting everything on that. We are going to have a chance, I think, in the AFC North because we have a pretty. It's a tough schedule at the start, but near the later ends, it gets a bit easier. So I find that funny. I find that I'm ESPN. I'm still 26. Yeah, we ain't 26, mate. We ain't 26. All right, guys. What else do I got on the agenda today? Talked about the internet being the internet, ESPN power rankings. Talked about Bengals week 1. I talked about. I gave my record 13-4. Lastly, I think I want to I want to end with this. The Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, are the underdog. We are the underdog again, and I don't. We got better in the offseason by releasing Big Ben, by bringing in Trubisky, and now two rookie quarterbacks. Right, we got better, and we're still the underdog. We got better on defense. I don't think Joe Hayden's going to sign, so we have better, younger at cornerback, and a younger defense and a healthier defense. If Tua comes back, right, depending if Tua comes back, even if he doesn't, DeMarvin Leal can step in. So the Pittsburgh Steelers now are the underdog, and I think what better place to be? What better place to be than all the NFL fans, all the media saying, you stink, you're rubbish, and you're terrible. The media isn't giving the Steelers one lick of a hope to do anything this year. Not one. There was another bloke, Nick. Who's the guy from First Take? I think I took a screenshot. Here it is. Yeah. Nick Wright from First Take. He gave his predictions for every single, what do you call it? Every single, here it is. Nick's picks from all games, right? I haven't got the visual image. I just got it on my phone. But this bloke from First Take said, this is just crazy. He thinks the AFC North will be the Ravens winning 14-3. He thinks that the Cleveland Browns will win 10 games in 7. He actually thinks the Cincinnati Bengals will win 9-8. And lastly, he thinks, I think his name's Nick Wright, right? He thinks the Pittsburgh Steelers will go 7-10. Our first losing season with Mike Tomlin. And I don't think that's going to happen. I just don't understand. We are contenders every single week, no matter what. With this defense, with TJ Watt in the field, I'll say this. No matter what you say about the Pittsburgh Steelers, with TJ Watt on the field, you have a chance to win. You have a chance to win. If he's there and wreaking havoc on the quarterback, disrupting him, you have a chance. So he reckons that the Ravens go 14-3 because Lamar Jackson was injured last year. But Ravens fans, you have lost 6 in a row. The Pittsburgh Steelers have beaten the Ravens 4 times in a row. I believe the Pittsburgh Steelers have even beaten the Browns, I think, twice or 3 times in a row, something of that nature. Yes, the Steelers have lost against the Bengals 3 times in a row. But what's the other number the Bengals have that has a 3 in it? The Bengals are 0-3 in Super Bowls. Don't even start me. I get Bengal fans coming in the comments are just ludicrous. Now, there is one Bengal fan that comes in the comments, Matta. If you're still listening, if Matta finds out at this point, mate, you're a champion. You're a good Bengal fan. Because we can joke back and forth. You're not too serious. But there are other Bengal fans that are absolutely crazy. All right? I've got some screenshots on my other channel, Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate, of Bengals fans saying they're going to clean house and wreck house. And they won't. They won't lose week 1. So keep that energy up because it is May. It is the 21st of May. Keep it up. We still have all training camp. We still have all mini camp. We have all this stuff going on. There are still players to be signed. There's still players to be cut. So keep that same energy up. That same losing franchise energy up. You haven't won anything ever. Since I've been alive, it took you 32 years to get to a damn playoff. It took you 32 years to get back to the playoffs. So keep that same energy up. All right, Bengals fans. Because you're jokers. You're all jokers. Okay. And you know what? One last thing. As I talk about the Bengals and you guys talk about, Mike Tomlin's a loser and he's bad and this, and the Bengals are going to win the Super Bowl and they went last year, but they lost. And the Bengals are going to, go into what's it called? Bungle from the jungle. They're going to take on the Steelers and win. You know what?
We do not care.
We don't care, mate. We don't care, Bengal fans. We don't care. This is the chance that the Pittsburgh Steelers will go into Cincinnati, bungle from the jungle, go in there. Welcome to the jungle. Who day gonna beat them? Who day? Like we day. That's us. The Steelers are we day. The Steelers are here we go. Steelers. We're a worldwide fan base. A fantastic organization that is full of success. That's six Super Bowls, 4 in the 70s and 2 in the thousands in the last 20 years. You see that? 6 of them. All right, I'm rambling because I can't stand the Bengals. And you win 3 games. The Bengals win 3 games, and all of a sudden, they are like, well, we're the best. We're the best in the AFC North, mate, and we're going to go out there and win. Actually, the Bengal fans don't talk like that. They more talk like that. But there you go. Okay, today that is the Ironcast. What a day! It's like raining in Australia. This weather is crazy. If you guys do enjoy the content and you made it this far, you're a legend. So see how it goes. I'm putting out videos with Steeler stuff on Pittsburgh Steeler Syndicate. It's going quite well. And doing stuff on Steeler Nation Australia. I do love it. It's growing slowly, but I need to get better. I need to do some better reporting. I need to do some topics that are relevant to the Steelers and relevant to what is happening with our team. So hopefully this, in June we can pick up and start to have a bit more fun. That's the name of the game. But yeah, overall things are good. Hopefully you guys are doing well in USA, Mexico, UK, Scotland. Where else are you guys? Germany, France, wherever. New Zealand, Australia. Hopefully you guys are doing well. So it's just me talking in my room, talking football. But that's what we love about. That's what we love about the game. I can't wait to see the Steelers smash the Bengals like 100%. If we win that game week 1, it may be the best victory ever. If we go out there and win that game week 1, it might be the best victory the Pittsburgh Steelers will have for 10 years. Because the amount of what's the word? The amount of Bengal fans that are so egotistical right now, sitting on their King of the North throne with Joe Burrow and the amount of just, oh man, I can't even describe what they are because they've won 3 games and they think they own everything. They think that they're the best team since sliced bread. And they're not. They're not. They're the old cellar dweller Bengal Bungles. But because they won 3 games in a row and they went to the playoffs and they got their first playoff win in 30 years, they reckon they're one of the best teams in the NFL. So we need to chop that tree down, the Bengal tree, and light it on fire. No, not don't. No. But you know what I'm saying? The Steelers need to go in there and just show them who's boss. We have a new quarterback with Trubisky who'll probably start. We'll run Najee over their face. And we will get our defense with TJ and Highsmith go off. And we will intercept Joe Burrow 2 times. We will put pressure on Burrow enough to go and win that game. So, Bengal fans.
Here we go, Steelers! Here we go!
All right, guys. Thank you for checking out another Steelers Ironcast. I think that was number 11. 11, I think. So, yeah, appreciate you guys checking it out. It's a very long video, I know that. And I know that not everyone makes it through from 1 minute to 25. So if you do make it through, you're a true Pittsburgh Steeler fan, you're a true legend, or you're a true supporter of what I'm doing. So thank you guys for checking that channel. I'll see you later.